Actually, more than that. Okay, want to make sure that everybody knows that we are recording today. We are thrilled, thrilled, thrilled for everyone to be here. My name is Renee Marshall, and welcome to the final session of Teach for Los Angeles. This has been such an exciting week, and we are just so thrilled to see so many. Oh my goodness, we're at 85, and the numbers are still climbing. In the chat right now, I'm going to put in a couple really important links. I'm going to start off with one right now. Everybody go to this one immediately. Everyone. The first link that I am putting in right now is for our opportunity drawing, which is happening at 11:30 today. We have some really great items to give out. We're really excited for that, and thrilled that you're going to be part of that. But we do need you to fill out that opportunity drawing link that we just put in the chat. I know we have some other people still joining us, so I will make sure to put that in the chat again later. I also want to share with you now a series of the links, of other links. I'm going to put another series in right here. So top one is the opportunity drawing link, followed by our survey link. Thank you so much to the over 100 people who have filled out our conference survey so far. That was, I know. Deborah, your eyes. As somebody who does conferences, I was like, that's 10% of people who are enrolled already, and that's exciting. Deborah, what were you going to say?
I do believe you're private messaging those links to someone.
Oh, no.
They're not showing up in chat.
Yeah, I think so, Renee, because I don't see it.
That's weird because it's showing up to me as if it's everybody. So did it show that time? I just put it again at 10:06.
No.
You sent it to everybody in the waiting room.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my gosh.
I think.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
There you go.
We got it.
I'm not sure, but I think that's what happened.
Now do we have it? You know what? This is, Deborah, did you get it now? Give me a thumbs. Okay, excellent. This is a perfect example of actually something I was going to do a little plug in at the end of the session today. I'm going to plug it in right now. This is a perfect example of humanity and being human in the virtual space, and how things like this come up all the time, and we just need to take like grace and kindness and help each other and support each other. And Deborah could have so been like, Renee, rah, rah, like accusing, like it could have been negative. And instead she's like, hey, I think you're like private messaging or something, Renee. The way she said it was so human. She knows that I've been busting my, you know what, for the last quite a while now, getting ready for this conference and getting ready for this minute. Thank you, Deborah, for honoring my humanity and for allowing me to make mistakes. I really appreciate that, and giving me the opportunity to fix it too. On Monday, I'm actually doing a presentation from 4:30 to 6 o'clock on a almost year-long project I've been working on called Humanizing Virtual Learning. And it's through Joint Special Populations. I'm going to send out the information to everybody today. If you are interested in joining me and some of my colleagues as we talk about what our experience has been like as we've been investigating how do we humanize this two-dimensional virtual space. We've been investigating it for a year, almost a year now. Please join me on Monday. I will make sure I send the email information out to everybody. It's 4:30 to 6 Monday. It's part of Joint Special Populations, which is a totally different group, but they're equity warriors, and you want to be working with this team of people. And so I love that it came up like this. But first of all, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm thrilled that we're here today. Please make sure that you fill out the survey. Please make sure you fill out the opportunity drawing link. I also want to call attention to something else as well. Right now, I'm putting it in the chat. This is the flip book for our conference. And I'm going to share with you just quickly why you need to check this out. Leah Martinez she has a whole career as a leader of teacher preparation, but I always joke with her and say she should have been a graphic artist, because Leah is able to create beautiful things that some of us have no idea how to do. And so can everybody see my screen right now? This is our conference brochure. This is what you want to keep a digital record of. So that way, if at some point somebody says, oh, you went to that conference, prove it. You go, no problem. Here's my conference brochure. It's called a flip book. It's a virtual conference book. It's literally a book. And so if you haven't checked it out yet, you need to. Leah spent a lot of time putting this together, and it outlines every single thing we did this week. All 37 of our works, actually 36 are in here because our bonus workshop, we didn't make it in time for publication. But Please make sure you check it out because it really is fantastic. And Leah, hats off to you for being so creative and innovative that you can not only run teacher preparation, but you can also create these beautiful resources for everybody who attended. So I just wanted to make sure I said something about that. Leah is one of the most dynamic people in teacher preparation. She's also one of the most humble you will ever meet. Also, just so everybody knows, Leah used to be the lead of the Los Angeles Regional Teach program. She was for many, many years, and then she allowed us to take it over this year with Yadira Arellano as the lead of our team. And so and we're all working together still because that's what we do, because we're a collaborative group. I also want to do a huge shout out to Bobby Becca. Bobby Becca has been loading recordings and running the whole back end of this conference now like you cannot believe. And as somebody who loads recordings, I will tell you, to load them as quickly as Bobby is loading them is a really big deal. And so she's been so incredibly responsive and wonderful. And I just want to make sure I give Bobby a shout out because she's one of the best people you could ever collaborate with. So with that, thank you so much for participating in Teach for LA. We are so incredibly excited for you today. Teach for LA is an opportunity to learn and grow. We've all developed as educators this week. Teach for LA is a time when you come together to become part of an educator community. You are now part of a community. If you weren't part of one before Monday, you're now officially part of Teach LARC. We hope you feel good about this experience, and we hope you feel good about being part of like a family, because that's what this is. I also want to share with you something that happened earlier this week that was really important. As I mentioned, we're all learners. I'm a learner. I'm 47 years old. I've been in the field of education for almost 30 years now, and I'm still a learner. Something happened earlier this week that was brought to my attention that was a fantastic opportunity for learning. Earlier this week, we had a session called My Latina Tribe. And I was reached out by a conference attendee with this email. I'm not going to share this person's contact information, but I do want to share the context of the email and the content. I was going over the Teach for LA conference sessions today and noticed a session titled My Latina Tribe. As an Indigenous person and educator, the use of the word tribe is extremely disrespectful to Native people and erases our experiences. As educators, we must constantly be on the lookout for bias, whether our own or from others, and be willing to have conversations and change. It's my hope that there can be an understanding, compassion, and respect for all marginalized people. So the second I got this message, you bet I'm going to respond to it, because I try to be a person of action. I try to be an agent of change. And when something doesn't sit right, you need to make sure you got to investigate all of it, is what it comes down to. So I reached out to the presenters for the My Latina Tribe group, and they shared with me about how their session is actually based on a book called A Tribe Called Bliss. And the book specifically focuses on creating meaningful relationships and friendships, both professionally and personally. These 4 women started out with this book as a book club. And it's now turned into, they literally have an Instagram story, My Latina Journey, and it's them. It's the 4 of them as administrators in TK through 12, 4 Latina women working together, figuring out this world together. And I will tell you professionally, that can be very, very tricky to navigate. Here's the great thing. These 2 of the 4 women are colleagues I've known for many years. And so when we had this discussion, it was really fascinating because I felt comfortable and safe to say, here's what one of our attendees said and shared with us. What are your thoughts? And it was really great because when I spoke to the presenters, one of them said to me, you know, I'm Mayan and I can, like, that's my tribe. And so to me, to say Latina tribe is not offensive because that's where I come from. And so it was fascinating to have this conversation because it reminds us of perspective. It reminds us that as educators that we need to investigate. We need to be learners. We need to create a space where people can question and where we can investigate together. I wasn't here to blame any party. To me, I was like, let me know about this and let me investigate and find out more. I want to applaud the attendee who reached out to us and was willing to question. I also want to personally offer an apology as a conference facilitator. As a facilitator, I want every single person to feel valued and respected. But I wanted to share this with you for a couple of reasons, but most importantly, as educators, we need to be able to question. Conversations are imperative. If they're hard, it's okay. That's part of what we do. Part of being an educator is being an agent of change. And if you're an agent of change, you cannot be silent. So remember, you're not only here to teach, you're here to be an agent of change. Education is one of the best careers you can ever be in if you do choose to want to be an agent of change. And one of the things I want to mention too and remind us of how lucky we are to get to positively impact people's lives. So talk about positively impacting people's lives. I'm so excited to introduce our end of the conference keynote speaker. I will not get emotional, though everybody who knows me knows that I do. I'm going to try not to on this one, but this is somebody who is very, very, very dear to me and one of the best educators in California and beyond. Yadira Arellano has been a child development faculty in the Los Angeles region for the past 9 years. She's taught dual enrollment courses for 3 community colleges, serving 4 high schools. Yadira brings a wealth of experience teaching college courses in the high school setting. She's a first-generation graduate and was an AB 540 student while attending East Los Angeles College. Yadira's background as a non-traditional student has helped her connect with her students and motivate them to continue their education. Yadira is an experienced presenter with a demonstrated history of working in the education industry. Yadira is a leader in teacher preparation. She's currently the lead of Teach Los Angeles Regional Collaborative. Yadira has an AAT in child development from East Los Angeles Community College. She's got a bachelor's degree in child development from University of Laverne. She's got a master's degree focused on human development and family studies. Sorry, Bobby, I knew I'd start crying. She's got a master's degree focused in human development and family studies from Pacific Oaks College. Yadira Arellano is a leader, an inspiration, and an agent of change. Let's welcome Yadira as our closing Teach for LA keynote speaker. Welcome, Yadira.
Hi, Renee. Thank you so much. Look at, she's the first one who said she wasn't gonna get emotional. She's gonna make me cry. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited to have you all here. Before I even get started, I do want to take the time and thank you all for your time. It's a Friday day. It's a Friday. It's morning. And I know most of you guys have been on this conference from day one. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you for being open and sharing your space with us. But I also want to take the time to thank Renee. I think that she likes to thank everybody, but she doesn't allow herself to be thanked. She did the majority of the work that you guys see right now in the conference was done by Renee. She took the bulk of the work. She is phenomenal. And I like to call her my Oprah of Education. So she is the Oprah of Education. She did most of the work, and everything that you see that we put together was all really because Renee kind of glued us together. So thank you, Renee. Leah, thank you so much. It was a lot of work. So thank you, I thank you. And with that said, I want to welcome everybody. Thank you. As being the keynote speaker, to be honest with you all, I don't like to really talk about myself a lot. I always feel that, you know, we're all going through things and we're gonna make it. But when I was asked to be the keynote speaker of the ending conference, I really thought to myself, and it took me a while to sit down and really think, what am I gonna talk to you about? And how can I possibly tell you, you know, that teachers matter? But with that said, I did sit down and I composed myself, and I realized that there was so many things that I went through as a student, as an immigrant, as, you know, a daughter of a documented woman with 5 children. So there was a lot of things that I went through, and, you know, it was really grit. I had a lot of grit, but I had grit because I had a lot of things that I was missing. So with that said, and I don't want to get emotional because this is a great conference, and I want to close it in just appreciating teachers all over the world. But let me share my screen so that I can share my PowerPoint. So this is Yadira. So this is on your right, you see here, this is Yadira. I was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, and I was born in a little pueblito. I wasn't really from the city, but this is me when I was 4 years old. And on the right side, you see that's me when I got my bachelor's degree, and that is my son next to me because he refused to let go of me, and so he decided that he was gonna walk down with me. So he did. I ended up doing that. I walked down with my son down the stage. I came to California in '89. I came from Guadalajara, and I came really because my mom was already here, in the US, and I was the only one left in Guadalajara. So my mom, you know, brought me over from Guadalajara in '89. I came and I crossed the border undocumented. You know, now that I say this story, I think to myself, how did my mother do it? And did she not think that they were going to steal me? Because the first thing that came to my mind is, how did you bring me, and how did you allow somebody to just, you know, cross the border with me? That's basically what she did. She paid $500 to somebody she didn't know. They picked me up in TJ, and my grandmother from Guadalajara drove all the way to Tijuana. She left me with this lady. She had no idea where this lady was going to take me. And I think now, as a mother myself, and I think back, I would have never had the guts or the strength to do the things my mother did, just to provide a better life. So that happened. So she, you know, I came to the US. We all lived in a little garage. This garage here, I did not live in the house. I lived in this little garage here. It was my mother and my, by that time, my mom already had 4 kids. So with me, it was 4. So we lived in a little garage. We slept in one room. We had to go to the restroom in the house, or sometimes we had to use a restroom outside. Shortly, I want to say maybe 6 months after, my dad left us, and my mom was 23 with 4 kids, undocumented. She didn't speak the language, but I kind of shortly became the mother of my siblings. And so I had to step in and do a lot of the things like cleaning, making sure my brothers and sisters had something to eat while my mom worked 2 jobs. And at that time, I was going to turn 8. So I didn't really have a childhood to say. I was always very scared. And I was always very scared because I do come from a domestic violence home. And so there was a lot of domestic violence. And I think that was very traumatic for me. So I started to become very, very scared, but I was very overprotective, protective with my brothers and sisters. And so I kind of took you know that we talk a lot about in child development, children kind of take the role of the other parent. And I think that that's really what happened to me. Long story short, you know, I started helping my mom. And so my mom would work 2 jobs, and she wouldn't get home sometimes till 2 or 3 in the mornings because she had 2 jobs. So I was with my brothers and sisters all day. And my mom used to tell me, you can't leave the garage because if somebody sees you, they're going to steal you, or they're going to call social services. And so that really terrified me. So we wouldn't leave that garage. Move forward past the time. We ended up moving to a little single right here in the city of Huntington Park. So we moved from the garage to a single. We were moving on up. And this is my mother, and I owe it all to her. This is
Breathe.
So, yeah. This is Araceli. I'm emotional because it's Mother's Day weekend, and because anyhow, this is Araceli, and everything I am today is really because of her. The strength and the composure and the strive for something better really came from her. So, oh God. Anyways,
You're not alone, Yadira. We're all crying with you. Don't worry.
so
we love our moms.
Yeah,
her mom's a sweetie too.
So this is Araceli. Those of you who I don't know if I have you in my classes, I apologize. Your teacher is an emotional wreck today, but this is Araceli, and she was a dynamite. She was a strong woman. Very, very proper. She was very, very authoritarian. And I think a lot of her authoritarian parenting really came from her experiences as a single mother and not wanting things to happen to me. So my mom was very harsh with me, very, very strict. I kind of sort of became, the guinea pig. She didn't know how to parent, and she kind of, used me as, her, I guess, everything. So she was very harsh, but to this day, I am very, very thankful for this woman, because it is because of her that I am the woman that I am today. She taught me so many things. She taught me to be humble. She taught me to be human. she taught me to be the woman I am today and to always fight for what I wanted and to always, always stand up for people who needed it. So this was Araceli, and these are all my brothers and sisters. This is Michelle. Okay, she is now 30. She has a bachelor's in criminal justice. This is Erica, and she has a bachelor's in science, and she's currently getting her master's. And this is my brother Naftali. I want you all to know that after I went to school and I graduated, I set the tone because every one of my brothers and sisters had to get a college degree. Sorry, my mouse doesn't want to go. So that is Araceli, everybody. I composed myself already. All right, so then, you know, and I really wanted to talk about my educational journey because to me, I didn't really think about how it was or what my educational journey meant to me until now that I am teaching. I think that me being able to teach my students, to be the professor that I am, it's everything that I went through led me to this moment. So I truly, strongly believe that my passion is teaching. I was meant to teach and I was meant to be in every of my students' lives. This is in Guadalajara, the one on the left-hand side. And this is, I went to school here too. I was in the first grade. When I came to the US, I went to Miles Elementary in Huntington Park. And in Huntington Park, and in this time of age, because I didn't know the language, I didn't speak English, I was actually held back first grade for 2 years. I had a teacher, her name was Ms. Nava. And I want to really talk about, you know, the teachers that I had, because I think that this is where everything made a difference for me. I had a teacher called Ms. Nava, and she didn't speak any Spanish. And I remember every time that I would see her, I would start shaking and my palms would get sweaty. And I'm talking to you now and I can still feel the feeling. And I felt that because I always felt like she didn't like me because I couldn't speak her language. And so every time I would go in, she would sit me on the left side of the table and everybody would look at me. And I was in first grade and I always thought I never wanted to go to school because of that feeling. So I never really made friends. And every time I would want to talk to her, I remember her telling me, I don't understand you. And she would get very, very frustrated. Long story short, I was held back first year and they held me back. My mom never really found out because my mom was always working. So she never really had the chance to talk to the teachers. She never really knew. So I knew I was in trouble and I didn't know what to do. And I just always felt scared. So the next year came back. Now, I don't know if you all remember, but back then, and I don't want to say when, but back then, when you went to your second grade classrooms, you know, everybody used to get an apple and they used to put it in your shirt. And that represented you going into the second grade. I want to tell you all that I've never felt less than that day in school, because instead of getting an apple, I got a pencil and that represented first grade. And I knew that I wasn't going to go to second grade. And so that really impacted me. And I didn't realize it impacted me so much until now that I'm talking about it actually. But, you know, I knew and I thought something's wrong with me. Maybe I can learn. Maybe, you know, I'm not smart enough. Long story short, I go back in first grade. But this time, Ms. Nava isn't my teacher. It's Mr. Guerrero. And I want to tell you all that until this day, I remember Mr. Guerrero because he was the one teacher that made a difference in my life. And I think that if I wouldn't have had Mr. Guerrero, I wouldn't be here. God, I hate getting emotional because my speech doesn't come out right. But I had Mr. Guerrero. Mr. Guerrero was a tall, I want to say now he was probably in his 30s. I always pictured him very tall. In the beginning, I was very scared because I thought, oh my goodness, he's also going to be upset at me. I don't know the language. But I want to tell you all that the minute that I saw Mr. Guerrero and the minute that I walked into that classroom, I felt such an overwhelming joy and acceptance because he spoke Spanish. And when he saw that I couldn't understand what he was saying, he told me, and I remember his words, he says, oh, no hablas inglés? And, you know, I just stood quiet and I told him that I couldn't. And he said, no te preocupes, yo hablo mucho español. That changed my whole perspective in education. And, you know, I guess Mr. Guerrero saw that It wasn't that I couldn't read. It wasn't that I couldn't meet the standards. It was just that the language was a barrier. So why am I talking about Mr. Guerrero and why am I talking about Ms. Nava? I'm talking about them because we are all here because we represent Mr. Guerrero or we represent Ms. Nava. And so you have to decide what kind of teacher are you going to be? Are you going to be Ms. Nava or are you going to be Mr. Guerrero? Mr. Guerrero took the time. He actually went to my house. He drove to my little single in Huntington Park and he wanted to speak to my mother. When he did that, I was so scared because I've never had anybody go to my house and let alone a teacher. When he got there, my mom wasn't there. I was by myself with my brothers and sisters. And Mr. Guerrero, you know, now that I know what he should have done and he should have called social services, he didn't do that. He sat outside in his car. He waited for my mom to get home. My mom probably got home like around 9 p.m. And he waited outside. He brought us ice cream, okay? And he waited to talk to my mom and he wanted to talk to her about her rights as a parent. He wanted to let her know that she had all the right to ask for support in my school and to ask so that I could be moved up. And thanks to Mr. Guerrero, that's exactly what they did. They moved me up to 2nd grade because Mr. Guerrero fought and said that there's no reason why I should still be in 1st grade. I knew everything. And as a matter of fact, he fought to say that I was way beyond 2nd grade level because of my schooling in Guadalajara. So I wanted to kind of tell you that story. And I'm sorry, I got emotional. I didn't want to get emotional, but I wanted to tell you that story because that really made a difference in my life. It was because of Mr. Guerrero that I am here today. It was because of that. The teacher that I had, because he wasn't just a teacher. He was a social worker. He was a therapist that I needed. He was the advocate that I needed in my life. Then I went into high school. So after Mr. Guerrero, you know, I went to middle school and I went into high school. And it wasn't in high school when I really realized that I was undocumented. It really didn't dawn on me that I was an undocumented student until I got to high school. And how it happened was because when I was in high school, I was getting ready to apply for colleges and universities. And it was then when I was told that in order to apply for scholarships and in order to apply for universities, you needed a social security number. And guess what? I didn't have one. So I couldn't apply to universities. I couldn't go to the schools that I wanted to go to. And so I ended up thinking like, okay, well, I'm not going to go to college. I'm just going to work because, you know, my mom needs me to help her. I need to work anyways. So I started getting a job. I worked when I was in the 10th grade in Tom's Burgers in the city of Bell. On the weekends, I would work on the swap meet. Now that I think about it and I thought, wow, that's how much they were paying me. So I used to get paid $40 working from 9 to 5 p.m. on the weekends. And I used to sell pots. And on the weekdays after school, I would work Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I would work 3 to 10 p.m. in Tom's Burgers. And I held 2 jobs. So when I graduated from high school, I saw all of my friends going to university and I saw everybody going to college. And I started feeling a little bit let down. I was upset at myself. And I remember going to a counselor and asking her what I can do because I really wanted to go to college. Until this day, I still remember the counselor told me, well, you know, there's beauty school that you can go to. And, you know, back then in the city of Bell, we used to have Cynthia's Beauty Academy. And so guess what? She told me, you know what, you should apply there. Maybe, you know, kind of basically telling me you're not really fit for college level anyways. You should go to beauty school. That really let me down. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to go to beauty school. You know, I want to go to school. So with all my hopes down, I ended up going to East LA College on the bus one of the days. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to go and see what they tell me. I went in and at the time we didn't have AB 540. Okay. There was no AB 540 yet. So I go to East LA College, I sign up and they tell me you're going to have to pay out of tuition because you don't have any you don't have any Social Security. You did graduate from high school, but there's still nothing that, because you don't have a Social Security, right? I had to pay out of state. So back then, out of state was $289 a class. That's how long ago I went to college. So it was $289 a class. It is no longer $289 a class, let me tell you, for out of tuition, okay? So $289. So I started taking one class at a time because remember, now I'm helping my mom, I'm working at Tom's. So I was able to take one class a semester, but I started doing it because I knew I didn't want to be where I was. I knew in myself that I wasn't going to be poor. I wasn't going to be struggling like I was struggling. I remember going to the churches to ask for food because my mom sometimes couldn't make, enough money to buy a market. So we would go to the churches and ask for food. And a lot of the times the food that we would get wasn't that great. And I remember, and I took that in me and I thought to myself, I'm never going to struggle like that. And I'm going to finish school because I'm not going to be like that. And I really think that that was my motivation along with my mother and thinking that I'm going to make a difference. Long story short, I ended up going to college. It took me about 8 years to finish my education. Shortly after 3 years of being in East LA College, the AB 540 bill came up. And that's where everything changed. So AB 540 came around. I started taking more classes. You have no idea. I was, now there were $11 a unit. And I was paying $289. Can you believe that? I was going crazy. I was like, oh my God, classes, I have money. So I started taking 3 to 4 classes at the time. I really got involved in school. I became part of the Child Development Club at East LA College. I shortly became the president of the Child Development Club. I started networking and I'm so grateful for the professors I had at East LA College because they really made a difference in my life. I had a couple of people that I admire, and I've told you guys before, there was a lot of people such like Elvia. I don't know if she's here. I had Maria Rivas, and I had a lot of professors in East LA College that really shaped who I am today. And with that, I always think to myself, I want to be a professor that my students need. I'm going to make sure that they feel in my class that they're welcome, that they're here because they want to be here. And this is one of my favorite quotes, and I take it with me, and I do sincerely feel that this is so true. People will forget what you said to them, and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that is your strength as a teacher. This is what you bring into the classroom. I'm telling you, you guys saw me talk about, Mr. Guerrero and Ms. Nava. I was 7 years old, 8 years old, and I still remember it so vividly. So you do have an impact in students' lives. The way that you present yourselves, the way that you make your students feel, the way that you allow yourself to be vulnerable with them, that's what's going to make a difference. And this is Professor Arellano to you now. This was in the middle of my graduation with my master's degree. My mother, my sisters, my son, and to your left here, women that I admire so much, Maria Rivas and Maribel Uribe. These were professors at East LA College that really shaped who I was. And I do say that with sincerity, that you need a mentor. You need mentors in your life. You need to stick to people who can guide you, because this is what made me. It's the professors, the teachers that shaped who I was. And this one on the right is one of my special pictures. And I actually want to call this my tribe. This is my tribe. And I know that we acknowledged something earlier today about people being not wanting to use the word tribe, but I am Mexican. I'm a descendant of Mexica, and we do call ourselves tribes. And to me, this is my tribe, and this is what brought me to where I am today. This was a very special moment on the right over here where I'm wearing the blue dress, because I actually became a US citizen last year. So what is it, a year now, Bobby? I don't know, but Bobby was there with me in the trenches. I've
lost all track of time.
It was pre-pandemic, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes,
It was
pre-pandemic.
2019.
I think fall
Oh,
of
God.
2019, if I remember correctly. All I know is everybody was celebrating. We were all
Yes.
very excited and celebrating.
Well,
So
it
I
was the
became
spring.
a
I just don't remember which spring.
God, I don't remember. I was skinnier, but whatever. So I became a U.S. citizen. And I just really, what I wanted to kind of bring to you before getting all emotional and leaving my speech out the window, but I really wanted to hone in and just talk about the immense impact that we have as teachers with our students. You know, every time, and I tell this to my students all the time, teaching is not for the faint of heart. You're going to go in there and you're going to be faced with so many troubles, issues. Your students are going to come in broken, and it is up to you to make a difference in their lives. And they will remember you. I'm telling you, look at me, this 40-year-old woman already still thinking about Mr. Guerrero. And quite frankly, I actually went to go look for him. I went to Miles Elementary to ask if he was around, and he retired and I can't find him, but I wish that he could know that he really, really made a difference in my life. And with that, I'm going to close it before I start crying more, but I'm going to leave it open. Renee, I don't know if anybody has questions.
Actually, Yadira, is it okay if we do questions in the chat for later? Because we're really on timing. I want to make sure we have enough time for our Latina students. And but I don't want to say no questions though, because if you've got questions, put them in the chat. By all means, we'll make sure that we connect and that people get answers. But thank you, Yadira. Oh my gosh.
This is why I don't like speaking. I told you guys, do not invite me to speak because you guys know how I get.
Do not invite you because you're incredibly talented and inspiring, because you're human, because you shared, your story with everybody. Yadira, that was perfect. That was perfect. And now with this, we're going to go into another powerful moment where we are going to bring some of our LatinX students. They actually just, was it just last weekend?
It was last weekend, you guys.
Oh my gosh, this panel that we have right now actually was part of Joint Special Populations, and they gave an 1.5 hour long panel last Saturday that anybody who's child development, you've got to watch the recording from last Saturday. As the past chair, there were so many things that made me like blew my mind in terms of how do we program and schedule and what resources. One thing that came out of last weekend, and I know we're going to get to them right now, but we need to have a pathway for our students who are parents. We're always talking about pathways. Let's talk about pathways, for student parents and students who are people of color with the right supports. And anyways, Yadira, I'm excited for you to facilitate this.
Yes.
Would you please introduce our Latinx students who are going to be talking with us for about the next 20 minutes about their experience in the community college system.
So thank you everybody for being here. Let me go into my professional self now. Look at my voice change. I'm without jokes aside, but I'm super proud of these groups of students. So these students that I'm going to present to you, I have either had them in a classroom with me, I've mentored them, they stumbled across me, and so now, tough luck, they are now involved in everything that I can possibly get them into. But I will leave the floor, and I want to see if we have Vanessa, Sonia, and Berenice. And I think if they can, can I pinpoint them? If you guys want to introduce yourself, go ahead, Sonia, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. I'm sorry, Sonia. I met Miss Arellano my junior year of high school. I was taking dual enrollment, and honestly, Miss Arellano, you speaking about Mr. Guerrero, you were the Mr. Guerrero to me my junior year because I was struggling a lot. And I remember she had us write a paper, and I told my story in that paper. And she shared her information with me so I could talk to her. And when I saw that I was able to take a class with her again, I was very thankful because she really helped me out and she changed me. So.
Aw, you're gonna make me cry again, Vanessa, and I already have my professional voice going. All right, thanks, Vanessa. Go ahead, Sonia.
Hi everyone, my name is Sonia Portaladin.
I am from Puerto Rico, only have been for like 3 years in LA. And I was a student of Professor Yadira last semester, and we just clicked. I really felt like a professor who gets me and I can identify with, especially as a Latina. So I am really, really grateful to have made that connection with Professor Yadira.
Aw, thank you so much. The same goes for you, Sonia. I really do love my students. Thank you. And then Berenice.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Berenice. I am also a student at Rio Hondo College. And I also was one of the ones who kind of stumbled upon Miss Yadira. I hadn't had a course with her just yet, but I did enroll in the teacher pipeline program. And then Miss Yadira's name was there as a mentor. And I picked her. And it was the best thing I ever did because Miss Yadira kind of took me under her wing and had me doing things I had never done before, conferences, and didn't think I was prepared, but she believed in me. She saw things in myself that I did not see just yet. Was not in the mindset that I am today, and she brought that out of me. So again, thank you, Miss Yadira, for sharing. Thank you for always making us see the things that we couldn't see yet and creating a space for us. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody. You guys know that this is your space. With that, I want to kind of ask you, ladies, because I think we were discussing this last week, but what has been in college right now during a pandemic been like for you as Latinas, as Mexicans, or however you identify, and as mothers? And I don't know if you want to go first, Berenice, or Sonia, or who wants to go first?
Well, for me, it has been very challenging just because I was 6 months of the pandemic completely alone by myself with my son. And I don't really have any close family here. So it was very, very challenging. It was also something that was like a wake-up call for me. Like, I needed to change my life completely and consider other options, including professionally. And that was what kind of brought me to childhood development, which I have previously worked as a teacher in Puerto Rico. But this whole pandemic was something that made me like consider it again.
Thank you, Sonia. Berenice, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I identify like Miss Sonia did. It was very challenging. Quarantine has been one of the challenging things for me as far as being a mother in higher education. It wasn't necessarily we all went through it together, so there are challenges that are coming up, and it's just another thing added onto our plate. So requesting accommodations and asking for a little bit more leniency than the black and white, like things being turned in at a certain date when things happen, and I'm homeschooling all at the same time because schools are closed. They just opened back up, but my son won't be going back to school until the next school year. So everything that keeps getting added on, it's onto my plate, it's onto the mom's plate. It's not going to dad's plate or anything. So it's been very challenging to kind of meet eye to eye with many of the professors. I had Miss Arellano, and she met eye to eye with us. She said, get it in when you guys got time. She definitely put her foot down and said, don't make excuses. You can turn it in at whatever time. But other professors didn't give us that leniency, didn't see that life happens, so it's been very challenging in that perspective that, we're taking on higher education, still trying to achieve our dreams, but also motherhood also is in the background. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. And I think you guys pointed out something very important. Vanessa, do you want to add anything to that? on what has been, have you been facing as a struggle right now during the pandemic?
I'd probably only say is that sometimes because I do babysit or I do have my house full, I do have things that sometimes, for example, both of my parents, they're immigrants, and sometimes they need help. There's things that they can't always get help with, or they see that we're at home and they're like, okay, like, do you think you could do this, this, and that? And it's like, oh, like sometimes they do forget that we're in class. So we have to take care of other things while we're at home, or while I'm taking care of the kids, I have the kids coming in and out as I'm in class. The other day, Miss Yadira had also seen that one of the girls who I was taking care of, she was coming in and out, and I don't mind that, but it is also kind of like a struggle for me sometimes.
Thank you, Vanessa. And right now with everything going on, especially with the pandemic, that's one of the things that I feel that our students are facing right now. The not being able to be human, right? Or not being able to, we're in a pandemic. So yes, sometimes we're gonna have all those interruptions. Your kids are gonna be all over you. You're gonna have your parents on the background, and that's just part of what's happening right now. So we need to be very understanding in that sense. I actually had another question that I wanted to ask you guys, and based on, and we have been talking about this a lot, but when you guys signed up for college, and because all of you guys signed up expecting something, right? Wanting to go to college, having these expectations. What did you expect out of the college?
Well, for me, what I expected was to have better opportunities, to get better paying jobs, to get something professional, careers. That's what I expected, and also to nurture myself intellectually.
Thank you, Sonia. And then anybody else, Berenice or Vanessa?
I think Sonia had a good point. Another thing that I did see myself expecting out of college is a place of inclusivity. So I would probably say like a club for different culture types, or something as that. I feel like that's something that I had felt like I was going to be able to get more out of college because it was such a bigger group.
Thank you.
I agree with you, Miss Vanessa. That was something that I expected. I thought me coming into college, all the answers were going to be, all my questions were going to be answered, right? That was not the case. I thought me coming in, letting them know, this is me, this is who I am, these are the challenges I have up against me, that all the questions would be answered and that I would be paired with the mentor just like that. It wasn't until years later, I'm about to leave, and I just found out about the teacher program. I just found out about Miss Arellano, having a mentorship with her. I just found out about that. I had to look for that myself. So it would be really great if our, college campuses just paired us up with like-minded individuals like Miss Arellano, who can guide us and who can give us, all the advice that we need. But it doesn't work that way. It kind of takes you years of finding that on your own, or talking to your classmates, and they are telling you. Sometimes when you talk to your classmates, you guys share that you guys have the same story, and then that's when we say, oh, this professor is amazing, speak to her, she can really help you out with that. So the college doesn't prepare you for that, and I really thought I really was expecting mentorship and guidance in the college, and it doesn't come as easy.
Thank you for sharing that, Berenice. And I think, hearing it from you guys' perspective is very, very different. We can say it as teachers all the time, but when it's coming from you guys, it has a different impact. That's actually very, very important to always, keep that in mind. This is what our students expected from our college, from our classes, and sometimes, for whatever reasons, things are happening, that's not what they get. Right? There is a lot of struggles in the college systems. There's a lot of barriers that I know that you guys face. And I don't know if you guys want to get into that, Berenice or Sonia or Vanessa, on the barriers that you guys have been facing in the college right now, that have maybe impacted your education as well.
Well, for me, and it has something to do also with what Berenice said, that lack of knowing where the support groups are. And I feel like in my case that I started to study during the pandemic, where everything is online and also like everything is kind of shut down, it was even more difficult to find out about the support groups. Like, had I not had you as a professor, I wouldn't have had any other way of knowing this. Like, there's no way to network with peers. There's no way to ask like, hey, who do you think is a good professor? Honestly, I just kind of went by name. I'm like, okay, this one, I think this professor's Latina. I'm gonna click with her, so let me have her. So that was a huge thing for me. And as I said in the webinar too, also childcare has been a huge barrier for me in the academic aspect as well as the professional aspect.
Thank you, Sonia. Berenice or Vanessa?
Yeah. I don't really want to sound closed-minded, but I want to be very transparent with you all. I relate to you very much, Miss Sonia. I started noticing that I had challenges, right, when I came into my college courses. So I started picking my courses. It sounds very closed-minded, but if the professor had a LatinX name, I would pick that class because I related to them. They understood me. They were so understanding when it came to assignments or if I needed extra tutoring, I would stay in after class or before class. So my experiences when I started doing that, they were amazing. They were always positive. So I started doing that. And I think one of the biggest, I mean, that says something to the similarity that Miss Arellano had when she had her Mr. Guerrero. You know, you are my Mr. Guerrero, Miss Arellano, and I can't say that for many other professors. You have made a strong, you know, you have made me feel something that I'll never forget. And I think if our campuses had a space, let's say like, you know, there's EOPS, there's programs, disabled students programs. If there was a program for individuals like myself, people of color, people of different culture, that, you know, demanded these things, I think we would be very successful. It would have to be a staple in the college. It wouldn't necessarily, an organization, a club would be awesome, but I think a staple, like as far as a program inside the community college that demands, you know, equality and accommodations, that would be beneficial to all of us, especially parents and people of color or people of different culture or people that just don't have the black and white, you know, household like Vanessa. I relate to her so much when she says her parents ask her for help. That's so true. That's, I don't know if that's a Latinx household, but I relate to that completely.
You become the interpreter. Are you kidding me? Like, and you know, I was reading IRS letters at age of 9, like scared to death because my mom was like, ¿Qué dice? So thank you, but go ahead, ladies. And Vanessa or Sonia, want to add?
Well, thankfully right now, if it wasn't for the people who I know or me continuously bothering my counselor, I wouldn't be like in the things that I am in right now, because I feel like I don't have anywhere else to look for the information that I need to get involved. Or I have very little people who I know in the school. The only person who I knew in my school were a couple of friends who were incoming just as me, but they also didn't know anything, or my godbrother who knew some programs. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had been involved in like EOPNS. I wouldn't have had known about a certain counselor. I wouldn't have had been getting the opportunities that I have. EOPNS gives me the opportunity of being able to pay for my books. They give me a book voucher. And I'm very thankful for that, because I was very scared in seeing how am I going to be able to pay for it. Financial need is something that I'm scared of. And so I feel like it's a barrier now, and it may not be as much, but in the future, I know it really will be, especially when the pandemic had first started, because my parents, their workforce isn't very high paying. And because of all of the classes I had been taking in high school, being in high school and taking college classes, I had saved, like, I had taken up to 15 units, which is almost like basically a full semester. So I had told my mom, if you need me to drop out of school, I could drop out for a semester and start working, because I know that it's going to get difficult right now. And thankfully, my parents found a way to get around it and make ends meet. But it was something that I feel like in the future, it's going to possibly happen where I might have to drop out for a moment because things are going to get difficult financially. So that's a barrier that I see myself getting into. But thankfully, because of programs such as EOP&S, I'm able to find a way to get some more money or get some more financial aid or finding a grant, just like the Pell Grant.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Berenice. Thank you, Sonia. Renee, how are we with time?
We are okay on time. We can go about 5 more minutes for the panel. I do want to give a shout out right this minute. If you have not put your name in the opportunity drawing, we need it now. We can't take them all the way to the drawing because we put it into a system, so it's generating it automatically. So I'm going to do one more plug here in the chat, but like 1-2 minutes, and then it's going to close. So, but the panel can keep going. The ladies are doing fantastic. Maybe about 5 more minutes on panel.
Okay. Okay, good. I have 2 more questions, and I wanted to. So, ladies, and now with that said, and I'm so happy that you guys are being open and being, talking about what is really the struggle that you're facing. One of the questions that I did have for you, knowing the struggle, knowing the infrastructure in the community college, and the things that you guys had to navigate to make sure that you guys got the things that you need. I want to ask you now about you being able to approach your instructors or your professors. Are you guys comfortable with that? What do you guys not feel comfortable? Do you guys want to expand on that?
Well, for me, in the beginning, it was a little bit difficult just because, like I said, it's my first time studying like in the continental US, and I did not know well how to navigate the Canvas. So in the beginning, I did struggle a little bit, like finding how to use the inbox and all of that. Later, I got the hang of it, but I don't think it would hurt if there was an alternative way of communicating with professors as well.
Thank you, Sonia. Berenice?
It has been a challenge. I would like to say we all went through this together. So I always had in the back of my mind that I needed to handle this with grace, because if I'm struggling, I know my professors are struggling. But it has been a challenge because at the end of the day, that classroom is that professor's domain. So they can do whatever they choose, right? And nobody else has a say in that. So it's been tough. My accommodations not necessarily haven't been met to the extent that I would need them to work with me. But it started something in me that if I don't speak up, I'm gonna crash and burn, no, they're not gonna know what I'm struggling with, but I know that if I don't ask, I'm gonna fail. So that barely started, though. I wish I could have known that in the beginning of my higher education career. I didn't start out like that. I was very shy. But now more than ever, I'm speaking up for myself, and you make me feel like my voice is being heard. So I've been also speaking like that to my other professors, and it's done wonders for me. But this wasn't something that I originally did. It was taught to me by you and by other classmates. So it hasn't been an easy task, but I'm starting to ask for my accommodations.
Thank you, Berenice, for that. Vanessa, do you want to add to that before I respond to the chat?
Well, just as said in the chat, there are people who have anxiety, and I think I have a pretty heavy anxiety as well. But just as Berenice had also said, if I don't ask now, it's probably just gonna end up falling apart. And I don't want to just keep falling behind and not having the courage to ask my professors if I need help or if I need an extension. So I was able to build it up, and now I do feel more comfortable in being able to go up to my professors or send an email to my professor and say, hey, like, I need help. I don't understand this, or you know what, because I didn't understand it, I did try, but I'm also asking if I could get an extension. So that is something that I had to build up for myself, but thankfully I am able to do it now.
And thank you, ladies, for being so honest. And I think, and I want to address the chat because, and you addressed something very, very important, Vanessa, and the fact of that you speak about anxiety. I think, and I'm speaking as a professor now to you, I think that we also have a lot to do with it. And I'm talking for myself, and I'm talking to my fellow colleagues. Please don't get offended. I'm not trying to offend you. But I have to say this. We make the classroom environment. And I tell this to my students all the time. You have the power in you when you go out into that classroom to build children up, to build students up, or to break them down. You hold that power. And I think that, you know, when we do not allow our students to have access to us, or when we don't allow them, or when we don't allow ourselves to be human, then they feel like they can approach us, right? This anxiety starts building up because then we have these high expectations. And so, you know, it's important that we address that because a lot of students do have anxiety, even the simple fact that they're in the classroom with you and you're the teacher, because of the way the education system has been portrayed. And so we need to be able to, you know, to allow our students to have that space so that they can come towards us. But thank you, ladies, for being honest. And I wanted to ask that question because I see it with my students a lot of the times. I have students who probably wait, you know, or they probably waited because it's either that I asked them like, hey, I saw that you weren't turning this in, like, is everything okay? That they just kind of like let it all out, you know? And I wish it wouldn't be like that, but it's a lot of things, right? A lot of components, the anxiety, not being able to speak up. And I really wanted to touch base on that. So thank you everybody on the chat for telling us and letting us know, you know, in the struggles. I see a lot of students, you know, commenting. And Deborah, absolutely, mental health is one of the huge things that we do need to remember about this. Absolutely. I have one more question for you guys, for you ladies. And one of them, and I just wanted to kind of, one of the things that I wanted to ask you is what is one of the things that is working for you in the community college? What is the one thing that you can say, you know, if we wouldn't have had this, then I don't know where I would be at, or what is one thing that has been working for you right now in the education system? You can either talk about it, you know, pre-pandemic or, you know, before we went into the pandemic or during the pandemic. I know I had a conversation with you all and we all agreed that because of the pandemic, there was a lot of positive things that came out, right? For example, the education being online, you know, accessible to all. But I don't know if you guys want to touch base on that.
First of all, I wanted to elaborate very quickly on something that we were talking about, and is that this group that we've created has been so helpful in us developing that self-advocacy that we were talking about, because as we have also talked about in previous conversations, in our culture, Latina women are always taught, you know, to like keep our heads down and be like very lenient and not like advocate for ourselves as much, especially when you're in another place that's not your own. And I feel like this group has helped us a lot in gaining that self-confidence to speak for ourselves. As to what has been good, I think definitely for me, what you said about online learning, because it makes it way easier for me to juggle between my mother responsibilities, my responsibilities with myself, my professional responsibilities, and studying to keep developing myself.
Thank you, Sonia. Berenice?
I can't help but agree with Sonia with everything she mentioned. I've grown so much since I've met you, Miss Arellano. Miss Leah, thank you so much for having a space for us. You know, it's important that, you know, that program, teaching program continues, because I've learned so much by having a mentor. That's requiring you to have a mentor, and like nowhere else have I experienced that in the college. So that's been amazing to me pre-pandemic, and you know, throughout this entire time. I've learned so much, I've grown so much. I know that what I'm asking for, you've told me you're not asking too much. You're asking for what you need, your rights, you know. So it makes me feel a sense of, you know, this is my place. Like I do belong here. And also when it comes to the pandemic, I've, as difficult as it is, and I you know, Miss Arellano, I've told you I'm cooking while I'm in a class, but it gives me that that leniency, because at the end of the day, I am a mother, and those are the things that we go through. But I'm able to do so much more because everything is online. So I would like to say selfishly, I don't want this to be taken away from me. I want to be able to take the was able to. I want to meet with. Tours online, like I want to do this path if obviously it's doable and it's attainable. So for the students that don't want that to be taken from them because it gives them a sense to juggle all their different responsibilities, the college campus is ultimately going to want us to go back, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think I have the right to say this works for us. I don't have anxiety like I did, and you know, I'm in my element. I'm in my house, so I feel like I'm more successful. So I would love for that not to be taken away from me, but we don't know. I'm pretty sure that this will be. So it's just, these are the type of things that I would love to continue even after, you know, life goes back to normal.
Thank you, Berenice. And then Vanessa, do you want to just say your last words quickly so that we can go into breakout rooms?
Yeah, well, just as Berenice said, CPTP, something that I just started this semester. I find my mentor to be very helpful for me already, and it's helping me find the pathway to see if the way of teaching is how I want to go about it. And also being in EOP&S, again, my EOP&S requires us to meet with our counselor at least 3 times. And I feel like that's something that students have to do, is meet with their counselors more often. And my counselor, Dr. Hart, has helped me out a lot. So I really appreciate that, because if it wasn't for EOP&S having us meet with our counselors 3 times, if it wasn't for EOP&S having me to meet with Dr. Hart, then I wouldn't be involved in all of the things that I am in right now as much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody who are here. Let's give a round of applause to my Latina ex-ladies, my Latina ladies. We will continue this conversation moving forward. Thank you everybody for all the love in the chat. We are gonna break you out into breakout rooms, and the breakout rooms are ready. Renee, do we have to do anything else? Everybody
No, let me tell everybody what's gonna happen. We've got 5 people leading breakout rooms right now, and this is a chance to network with leaders in the field and to also, have your questions answered in a small group. We're gonna be getting into 5 rooms, so we'll have less than 20 people per room. One room is gonna be led by Myra Rodriguez, who's coming in from East LA College. We've got Leticia Rojas, who's coming in from Pasadena College. Elvia Banuelos, who's coming in from East LA College as well. We've got Kim Rosenfield coming in from Cerritos and Doug Huey coming in from Mount Sac. So everybody's going to get randomly put in a room, and the goal is to talk, to network, and a chance to ask an expert in a small group any kind of questions or connections you want to make. So let's go ahead. We're going to transition, and then right when we get back, we'll end right at 11:30, our breakout rooms. Right at 11:30, we're going to come back and we're going to go straight to the opportunity drawing. So everybody, hold on for breakout rooms. Get ready as we transition, and we will see everybody back here in 15 minutes exactly. So
okay.
utilize this time.
Thank you so much. I just want to let you know, so Myra's not here yet. We have 6 rooms, and then I'm going to break you out into rooms.
Oh,
and if
Myra's
you have
here.
to do, oh, she is?
I thought she was here. I saw when she came in. So maybe her.
Hi,
excellent,
Myra.
excellent.
Myra, what's the name on your?
It's Myra Rodriguez.
I can't find you. I'm trying to do breakout rooms right now. Can you imagine with everybody?
No, that's fine.
For some reason, Myra, you're not coming up alphabetically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I found you. So
okay.
Okay.
Renee, did you want to respond to Maria Cobian?
I'm not sure what Maria asked, so could you please tell me, Leah? I missed it.
No, she's raising her hand. Maria, do you
yes, Maria.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know I put that. I'm
sorry. No worries.
All right, breaking you everybody into your rooms.
Awesome. Everybody get ready to talk and have fun. I always wait to see if it's going to work. Like, is it going to work?
Well, and Megan messaged me, asked if she was no longer a room lead or what.
Oh, no, Megan, if she can, that's great.
Yeah, she is. I put her on.
Is she number 6? Okay, just checking.
I was invited to room 1, but it sounded like you said 5 rooms. And
I'm sorry, Megan. It was yeah.
Should I go to room 1 as the lead?
Yes.
Sorry about that, Megan.
Sorry.
I had my notes from last night and I didn't update. I apologize.
Okay, hold on. Let me assign to.
Okay, Renee, I'm going to grab all the names now.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
You okay with that? Okay. Yeah.
Yes. It looks like Al-Batar is not in a room yet or is unassigned.
I'm sending
okay, excellent. I'm going to hop off really quickly and use the restroom, everybody. I will be right back. Okay?
Okay. Hello, Rose, Dr. Rose.
I'm waiting for Bobby. I needed to talk to Bobby real quick.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
You want to call my phone?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Oh, we have Mike name. Okay, hold on. Why are these people not assigned?
Sometimes people come in a room and then they walk away and they're not really there. Hi, Rose.
Hey, Rose, would it be okay if we put you in one of the rooms? Because you're a really good expert for them to have access.
On the phone with Bobby.
We're on the phone right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that.
For the people who are still in the Zoom, are you guys, do you guys not get a room or you guys just don't want to go to the room? Esmeralda, Rosalie, Leslie, and Ernestina?
Oh, we should put everybody in. Ernestina probably can't because she's a principal. So she's probably she's probably on and listening, but not able to go into the room.
How about you, Leslie? Because I put everybody in the room. I don't know if maybe they didn't get it. Oh, wait. Yeah, Leticia. Leticia was one of us. One of the, yeah, she's in room 5.
Great. Who's facilitating room 5?
Leticia Rojas.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, excellent. Oh, hi, Rosalie.
No, we're just asking if you got a room or were you not assigned a room? Because I assigned everybody.
Yes, I was assigned, but I'm doing something else, so that's
oh,
okay.
don't worry.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. I just wanted to make sure that
you
it's not on
guys.
my
Thank
end.
you. I'm listening. I'm
I
listening.
just
Thank
want to
you.
make sure you're good. It's all, you know what I mean? So
I'm
yeah.
good. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, the girls did a great job on that panel, Yadi.
I'm so happy for them. You know, it was super because they're used to the webinar style. So we had to improvise and they were a little bit nervous. I'm like, don't be nervous. This is
Oh,
what
they
you
did
do.
well.
I'm glad. I got so emotional, Renee. That's why I told you.
It's hard. It's hard. Keynotes are hard. It's hard to not be emotional when you're talking about a very, very serious topic.
Yes, it was good. What I wanted to find out is, you still need me in a breakout room or not? Because I have certificates to do. I have 100 certificates that I'm still working through, and I'm putting everybody's name.
Oh, thank you, Rose.
I'm not doing the blank thing. People said, oh, you're making it complicated. I said, when I get a certificate, I love to see my name on it.
Yep.
So, you know, I don't want to put it.
You.
Yeah. And it's a lot of work. So, you know, I have my job too. So what I'm doing in my calls, because the president's coming on we're going back on campus in the fall. So people are still asking about that. So I have to be part of that meeting, but I'm just going to be doing the certificates as I'm listening. Do you see? That's how I'm figuring out the time. And I've already sent 5. I'm working on the 6th. That's how many I am for 100, but I'll get them done by tonight. Don't worry.
Rose, I totally understand. Last conference, I had like 80 some for one of my sessions, and I did individuals for each. And people, it's like there has to be a way to like streamline certificates. Like there has to. I've been thinking about like apps and certain things lately that need to be developed that aren't developed.
Well, have you guys tried the mail merge? I mean, you know, Word will just, you could insert the list and it'll add all the names.
Yeah, but it's sometimes that, you know, do we have this service? I think for next Teach LA conference, I was going to invite you to do a Teach LA at my school, but I don't know if you want to do it all over again in the fall. But, you know, just something to think about, and getting some help for the conference, you know, a huge conference on business entrepreneurship for child development centers, family daycare, you know, those kind of things. I want a focus like that for that strong workforce money, you know. So just a thought for you to just think about it. I would have a stipend if you help, you know, with the conference, you know, Renee and Bobby and Yadira, maybe a special stipend for you to help me organize a conference. I just have to run it through Masia and make sure that that's okay, you know, for the strong workforce money, because we want to bring forth the child development administration level 1, level 2, level 3 badges, which are integrated with the business. And we want to bring as many family daycare to help them, you know, start the business. We want Bank of America. I'm thinking Bank of America, small loans, you know, department.
Absolutely.
You know, the seed money loans, you know, a family daycare may want to do something, and we want to empower family daycare, which has not been empowered by the new stuff that LAUSD is doing. So,
hey, Rose, you know what? It might be more strategic. Also, Yadira, I think Julie just joined us. If you could put her in one of the rooms, that would be great.
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, excellent. Thanks, Bobby. You know what's interesting too, Rose, is it might be more strategic to partner with like California Credit Union. They have they're a credit union that's based on educators. That's their primary group.
Yeah, I know. I'm a member.
Okay, Rose, I know like one of the VPs, if you want to get them connected with what you're doing and try to bring them to campus and stuff, I was going to try and bring them to some of the campuses, and it turns out they're not through the whole state. But in Southern California and Los Angeles region, they are all over. They do a future teacher scholarship. I mean, they've got, it would be very.
I applied for a teacher scholarship. I didn't get it.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, you know what? I do what it is. I lead by example. I've just applied for International Business Korea, and I want to meet the educators from Korea.
Oh,
so, you know, it's a virtual conference and they felt that I should go. So,
great.
You know, it's by what, you know, we have to have a presence, you know, everywhere we go because children are important. And that's what I feel. Whatever I'm invited to, I go. I don't say no. I'm in agreement with everything, you know.
That's the way to do it. Hey, I want to, sorry to interrupt. I want to give a heads up that we're going to have everybody coming back in like 6 minutes.
Okay, good.
We're good on timing though. We're good on timing.
I'm certificate minded right now. So
yeah, and Rose, I think if you're on certs right now, I think it's okay. We didn't have enough people. We didn't have enough leaders, and then last night we had people who said we can help. And
okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I just came because you know I wanted to support Yadira, and
I appreciate it.
she's and Bobby and you and the rest of the crew. So I just came. I said, you know what? I have to do the certs. This is important. Yeah. People have been emailing me. So I've just given the certificates to all the people who have emailed me, you know. Now I'm working on the next, you know, the people who didn't email me, but the email is in the chat. Thank God I saved the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, those so many moving pieces.
Rose, you did great on both of your sessions. You did they were both.
I love presenting.
Yeah, it's great when somebody's comfortable with it and enjoys it.
Oh, this is, if I could do this for the rest of my life, every single day of my life, I would say God had given me a good life, you know, at the end of it. But it doesn't happen. So I, you know, like that. Yeah. So whenever I'm teaching, that's how it is. I always pretend I'm at a conference and just love it, you know, teaching.
I want to ask Rosalie, she had put in the chat that she's listening. I was asked if she was not able to get into a breakout room.
Oh.
Rosalie. Oh, Rosalie, sorry. Yes. I've been talking shop. Rosalie, did you have a question that you wanted?
Good. We could put you in one of the breakout rooms, Rosalie, because there's still 5 more minutes. So we could.
Well, I was going to say, weirdly, I couldn't find that she hasn't been assigned to a breakout room. I went into the breakout rooms. She wasn't listed at the top.
Yes, I was assigned. I'm just on the online doing something else. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, Rosalie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been so inspirational. I want to thank you all, ladies.
Thank you. We love to hear those stories. We probably should get a testimonial. I forgot to get some testimonials just because it helps the next conference.
Well, I also need to ask the same question of Esmeralda, Leslie, Ernestina, and Julie. If you guys are listening.
Ernestina will not be on right now because she's a principal, so she's probably just listening. I just realized we shouldn't stop recording, right? Or pause recording. For those who are watching right now, this is what happens in between. Breakout rooms, we sit and we talk about everything going on. So keeping it real. Talk about the humanizing that we were just talking about.
Yeah,
it is important to do that.
Oh, you know what? Leah just put there, do you want to test the wheel, Leah? I think we should. So do you want to screen share? One of the tricks with this too is I've got my screen that's got all the different prizes. So Leah and I are going to have to toggle back and forth between things.
Okay, can you guys see it right now? So we have 91.
Your beach.
We can see the beach, but not the wheel.
We can see your beach.
Oh, okay. I guess I need to put it on the other. Okay.
Is that the land you're buying in the Philippines?
There you go.
Gosh, that's so cool. Okay, only conflict that we may run into is we have 2 winners from the surveys already, but here's the thing. That was a separate opportunity drawing than this one. So if either one of them gets called again, I feel like they should get it because that was like an incentive to do it.
Yeah, they should be able to get because this is just for the networking session.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. Where'd it go?
We can see it.
Yeah, we can totally see it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I just need to move you guys on the other screen. That's why. Oh, there's someone trying to get in.
Somebody coming in right now.
All right. Okay, let me test it.
Okay.
Can you guys hear the sound?
I could for a minute. The person that just joined the meeting. and and to clarify to Elizabeth, we're just testing the wheel right now. That wasn't actually a drawing. I'm sorry if you got excited.
What is the likelihood that that happened? Oh my God.
I know.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, the
That's
drawing
really
is not going to be
bizarre.
for a few more minutes, and even then we have a couple pieces before. Could we do one more to just test it one more time, please?
Yeah, everybody's in breakout rooms right now, but they're coming back in just a couple of minutes. So we were testing the drawing wheel to make sure it was working okay.
And Elizabeth is still there. It's really good.
Okay, now this is going to take a bit of time though, because I've got my PowerPoint with all the actual question, or with, you know what I mean, with all the actual prizes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we did it last time, so we're good.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll just go back and forth.
Yeah.
I've got all the rules.
I was trying to troubleshoot the breakout rooms, and I put myself in a breakout room. I couldn't get out with Doug, and we started talking, and I'm like, oh my God. Am I missing anybody on the waiting room that wants to join?
I've been putting people into the breakout rooms as they come in.
I've been trying to get out of the rooms, and they wouldn't let me out.
The couple of people that are in the room with us right now is like Rosalie. She's just not in the breakout room because she's busy doing something. Yeah.
Okay, so then let me jump in the breakout rooms just to check how everybody is doing, and then I'm gonna head back. Are you guys?
Great. Tell them 1 minute. We need to close right at 11:30. Thank you, Yadira.
Or maybe I stay because I'm the one with the breakout rooms.
Or just
let me broadcast
send a warning to everybody.
Yeah.
A 1 minute warning.
1 minute. Thanks, sweetie.
So I know that we have Megan and also Aaliyah doing the winners, tracking the winners. So we probably should let them know, because, you know, so they don't get double work or double duplicate. I don't think Megan is back.
It's 11:30 now.
Okay, she just gave the 1 minute warning, so we should close it very shortly.
Right.
Oh man. I'm excited. I've been working on these prizes or giveaways for a long time, so this is going to be awesome to actually give them away. Okay, so Yadira, maybe like another 10, 20 seconds, and then let's start bringing everybody over. Do you guys care if I take screen right now?
Go ahead.
Okay. It's the opportunity drawing. Okay, can we bring him back? Can we bring him back?
Yeah, I'll hit close all rooms. Oh, she just did.
Okay, let's watch it happen.
I'm excited for this wheel.
I am too. This should be a lot of fun.
We, you know, this is really good. It's a lot of work. I was gonna say, damn, Leah, where'd you get that idea? It's a lot of work.
Oh, actually, it was Marini who gave me a clue about this.
Oh, everybody's starting to come back.
No, I'm thinking about the conference.
Oh,
conference?
It's because of you we have this conference.
Yeah, I remember Teacher Appreciation Week, right? That's how it started.
We work more.
That's how it started.
Okay, we have 39 back with us. So everybody, thank you. Those of you that are joining us right now, we're going to wait till we are all back together in just a moment. And then we are super excited for our opportunity drawing. Very, very excited about it. Just a reminder that all winners need to be present right now, and you need to also live in California. We also have the 2 people that won our opportunity drawing that was specifically tied to doing the survey early, and we'll make sure we announce that in just a minute. We're at 90 participants. I'm not sure if that's our full total, Bobby, or if we're waiting for anybody else.
We are waiting. Wait. We still have like a couple of one. No, they're all back, right?
It looks like no one's in the rooms
just
anymore.
Sent us all back from the break rooms automatically.
Okay. Perfect.
But I think a couple of people dropped off because we were a couple people less than we were before, but that's okay.
Excellent. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are super excited for this last part of our Teach for LA conference. I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. Thank you so much for being here and for devoting your time to being in these sessions. I know it's been a long week, but you have invested not only in your professional life, you've also invested in just who you are as a person by taking the time to be here this week. So with that, let's go ahead and start our opportunity drawing. make sure. I wanted to let everybody know that with the survey results, or with the survey that we've asked everyone to do, which we'll put in the chat in just a minute, what I wanted to let you know is that we had the pre-drawing that happened earlier today for 2 people. Oh, actually, we decided to do 2 instead of 1 because so many people did their surveys early. But I also want to let you know that this week we're going to be sending out reminders to get that survey done. And here's the great thing. If you've already done the conference survey, you're going to be in every single one of these opportunity drawings. Your name will be throughout. And so we're giving away 2 items today. And then we have a drawing coming up on Monday for a $15 Subway gift card and some items from Via Promotional, one of our partners. On Wednesday, we have a 3rd drawing coming up that day as well for another Subway $15 gift card. Thank you, Cerritos College Teacher Track Program, and some more items from Via Promotional. And then next Friday, we're going to go ahead and have another survey drawing done that day where we give out another $15 Subway card and some more Via Promotional items. So I know that's going to be a couple more days of Renee emails. I promise they will not be as frequent as they've been during the conference, but we want to make sure that we get those surveys in because surveys give us data which helps us to fund this. If you like this conference, if you like having these type of opportunities and resources available to you, please complete your survey because your voice is what helps us continue to provide this type of programming. So thank you so much. One thing I do also want to make sure that I give a shout out right now, to, just so everybody knows, the way that the opportunity drawing works is we don't have like a budget for it. It's not like we can use state funding, grant funding, campus funding for this. We can't. But we know that we want to invest in this and give you just a little something, you know, to kind of give us an incentive to be here and to be part of this with us. And so I do want to let you know that when it came time to come up with items for the opportunity drawing, we were blessed. We were blessed that multiple people who presented to you this week, these people, everybody presented for free, just so everybody knows. We only gave a very small stipend to our 2 keynote speakers, very small. And everyone else who presented did it for free. They did it out of their kindness of their hearts because they want to help the field and they want to give back. That's what mentors do. And I want to give a shout out because when it came time to collect items to give, we had multiple presenters that donated a lot of money for this to happen. So I want to first off give a shout out to Bobby Becca from El Camino College. I want to give a shout out to Doug Huey, who's coming in from Mount Sac, to Dr. Marini Smith from West LA College, to Wah Pham, who's coming in from Compton College. I want to also give a shout out to Leticia Rojas, who is from Pasadena City College, Elvia Banuelos, who is from East LA College. I hope I remember everything. Every single one of those names that I just mentioned literally donated money so that we could have an opportunity drawing today. One person actually donated $150. And so with that, I took all the funds we had. I went to Lakeshore. I got exciting things for the classroom, things that I will hope will motivate you. And we're not going to do the wheel on this first one. Here's a picture of our first item that's going today. And this was related to the survey. I would like to go ahead and say for our first winner right now for what's on the screen at this moment, Maria Cobain, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Maria Cobian. You are the winner of this item that's on screen right now. Please message, we need your address, so shoot me a message so we can get this to you. Congratulations. I also want to say there were so many people who turned in their survey early, so exciting, over 100 of you, that we decided to do a second one as well. So here is our second basket, and this one is like a mental health kind of treat. We've got adult coloring, we've got some positive classroom messages, a growth mindset journal that you can use in the classroom with children, also some putty and some kind of tactile things to make you feel better when you're stressed out. I'd like to share that this item that's on the screen right now will be mailed to Jeremy Ramos, R-A-M-O-S. Jeremy Ramos, you have won this one. For Jeremy and Maria, I'm so excited. And Jeremy and Maria, I do want to let you know also that this part of the opportunity drawing happened before this minute. So you are also still on the wheel, and there's a chance you could win twice. all of us have talked about it, and for some reason you get to win twice, it's just what's meant to be. So with that, let's go now to our next item that we have for raffle, or excuse me, for drawing and for giveaway. We have 5 different sets of this, and I've got to tell you, if you have not read Homeless by Choice by Roy Juarez, it will change your life. It's one of the best books out there. Roy has been a keynote speaker for Teach for LA. We also have a personalized Teach LA Regional Collaborative shirt. Thank you so much, Leah Martinez and the Teach LA team for providing this. So we now have 5 people that we're going to draw for this basket in particular. I'm going to go ahead and unshare because it is time for the wheel. So Leah Martinez, take it over.
Is everyone ready?
Whoop, whoop! I'm ready!
Yes! Woo!
So for our first winner. Ashley! It's Ashley here.
Woo! Woo! Now is Ashley present right now? Is she here? Say whoop whoop or let us know you're here, Ashley. Maybe she can't mute, or maybe she can't unmute. Can somebody confirm that Ashley is with us right now on?
Her name's not showing.
Her name on the thing. Show her in the participants.
She's not currently showing in participants.
Should we redo it?
Okay, we got to redo it because you have to be present.
We did say you have to be present.
Ashley, if for some reason you are on and you hear me, just message me right now. And if not, we're going to, okay, we're going ahead. Priscilla Vasquez. Yay. Priscilla, are you on right now?
Yes, I am.
Woo! Okay, Priscilla, we are going to need your t-shirt size because we want to make sure that we get a shirt that fits you. I'm a big woman, and I recently had somebody send me like a size medium. I was like, maybe I'll give that to my 14-year-old. So I'm not sure what size you are, but we want to make sure that what we send you fits you. So congratulations, Priscilla. And we've got 4 more of this pack, so let's keep on going. And I hope people saw Megan Kaplinsky. If you are a winner, Megan Kaplinsky is the person to send your information to. Megan's faculty at Long Beach City. Sorry, Leah.
And also Aaliyah Medrano, she's helping as well.
Yes, or Aaliyah Medrano. So either one or both, that's a great thing to do. Okay, let's go with our next person, our next winner. Whoop, woo! Rocco, are you on right now?
Are you on, Hiroko?
I'm looking.
Okay, Deborah said Hiroko is not showing in attendees right now.
Oh, okay. So then
okay, sorry everybody, but you got to be present.
Here we go.
Ooh. Brenda Salah. Yay, Brenda.
Oh my God, yay! Yay! I'm here.
Here? Okay, get a hold of Megan or Aaliyah.
Okay.
I love how Brenda was excited like us.
Okay, next one, Renee, you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Barrett. Oh, sorry.
Oh. I'm here, and I just want to say this is just a bonus because what we get, the knowledge that we share, that's just priceless. So thank you so much. This is a bonus on top of that.
Berenice, I want to work with you. I'm going to be selfish here. I want to work with you because I want to be following your career. And I think that our team wants to do whatever we can to elevate you and the women that are on the panel today. So let's be in touch, okay? This is just the beginning for you. As long as you're cool with it, Berenice.
Of course. Thank you so much. I would not be here if it wasn't for Miss Arellano believing in me and seeing seen that in me before I saw it in myself. So of course, this is what I love.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
All right, we're ready for the next one.
Let's do it. Thanks so much for the love in the chat, everybody. We work really hard on the conference, so to get the positivity is just so nice. Diane Bowman! Is Dion here right now?
Everybody, I love how our participants are looking for Dion too.
I was gonna say she's not showing right now.
Okay, does anybody see Dion? If not, we got to keep going.
We're
listed in participants.
All right.
Elvia, you just got a nice shout out in the chat. It's teacher appreciation. Thank you for recognizing your teachers.
Alejandra.
Alejandra, is Alejandra here right now? Not in.
She's not showing for me.
Okay, then let's go ahead. Oh, she's in class now. I'm sorry about that, Mary. That was something I was actually thinking about for next time. So, oh, Juliana Vasquez. Yay, Juliana. She's been incredibly engaged. Conference.
Yeah, she's here.
Yay! I'm so glad. Congratulations, Juliana.
Oh, that's my student. Yay, Juliana.
I miss you.
Oh.
I was in her class. I will be first in her class with my sister in a high chair. And she wouldn't mind me having her. I will be first in her class and last to leave.
I love that.
Okay, are we actually moving to a different prize now, or?
Yes. Are you okay if I share screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I thought we only gave out 4 of those, and you had 5.
Only 4. So
did you say Rebecca Rouse?
Not our.
Oh.
So one more for the.
I thought I seen Rebecca Riles up there, but I guess not.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Leah or anybody else who was on one of the leads, did we have Rebecca's name? I did not think we did. So Rebecca, see what happened?
Yeah, I see my name right there, but I guess I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, it gets really close, and so the machine tells us what name it picks, and it's going to be like, yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Fingers crossed though, because there's still a lot more.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay. Juliana, make sure you get in touch with Megan or Aaliyah.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm sending them right now.
Peppa!
Oh, I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
Okay, I just had a really interesting comment in the chat, and this was a private message to me. Somebody completed the survey before 8 a.m. but don't see their name on the wheel. The names on the wheel right now is anybody who came to this session between 10 to 11 a.m. So the survey that we did for the other items was already, that was just a different survey that happened before this one, or excuse me, a different drawing before this one. So, okay, cool. Excellent.
Also, let me add that as far as I know, I don't think you'll see all the names, even though you're included in the game.
Yeah.
Because of space, I guess.
We have to cross your fingers. Let's see if I win a prize.
Yeah, my name is not here. I cannot see my name.
Don't worry, if you put your name in that one link that we kept saying over and over, it's there. We try to be real careful about that.
Marie, I love that you have your kids there. Look at you. I love it. All right, you guys gotta cross your fingers. Ready?
Fingers, yes.
Yes. Here it comes.
Oh, I know that name. Fabiola. I hope she's here.
I'm here.
All right, Fabiola.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Missing the A in your last name for some reason. All right.
Okay, now do I go and share screen? Whoops.
Okay. How many do we? Yeah, I think we gave 5 of those already. Okay.
Yes, so I believe okay. So I'm okay. I'm going to trump your sharing screen right now.
Fabiola got the subway card, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go ahead.
There's still one more subway card.
Fabiola, I should tell you, you won a $15 subway card, and we have one more of those coming up. And I'm actually going to go. So the next prize after this is going, or the next giveaway is going to be for a subway card. But I want to show you what also is going to happen after that. So we've got the subway card, and then after the subway card winner, we will have this person who is going to win. It's an early childhood set. Please remember, I used to be a department chair, so of early childhood. So this has kinetic sand, it's got chalk outdoor paint, it's got some dough, and it's got a lap board, a felt board with 2 different felt stories from Lakeshore. Just so everybody knows too, like when we put together something like this is probably almost about $40 worth of items. So we really tried to make them good. We really wanted to make them real good for everybody. So let me stop share. And so the first wheel that we do is going to be the Subway gift card. And then the second wheel will be for that felt package that we just showed.
Here we go, everyone.
Remember, if you don't see your name, don't worry, because it's there. It's just, yeah. So Mona Pierce. Mona, I hope you're here right now. I hope your ears are burning. We were talking about you earlier today.
Mona, please tell me you're here.
It says she's here. She's listed under Mona, not Ramona.
Yeah, Mona. She's under Mona.
All right. Okay.
Is she here? I don't. Oh, yeah, she is.
She's showing up. Yeah, she's showing up under participants.
Oh, there she is.
Excellent.
All right.
Mona.
Congratulations.
Mona.
$15 at Subway. I could go for a sandwich right now, actually. It sounds good.
And this is for the next prize?
Yes, this is for the felt prize. Excellent, excellent. Cecilia Moreno, are you on right now?
Yes, I am.
Yay,
thank you. Okay.
Excellent, excellent.
All right.
Leah, I'm going to ask a favor too. When I go to share my screen, would you run the run it like once or twice? Just I think about like with a regular one, if we were face to face, we'd be shaking the bag. So there's people right now that are probably like, it keeps landing on the same side. It keeps landing on the same side. So let's shake the bag right now by you go off screen and you shake the bag, okay? I hope you guys understand that reference. I'm talking about the ticket bag. So we just gave away this item. I'm going to show you the next 2 things that we're going to give away. So next one here is a social emotional learning, unicorn loving kind of present. We have an ongoing joke with our colleagues about unicorns and rainbows. And so I try to make sure we have at least one unicorn item at every single one of our teacher prep program giveaways that we do. This one's really great though. It's got a huge Melissa and Doug sticker book. I love those. I'm not sure if people are into those. It's got a My Feelings journal. If you look at the bottom here, it says My Self-Learning Foundations. That's actually a pack of 12 books that are about social emotional learning. We also included a journal, some glitter crayons, some awards, and just tried to make it really fun. So that's going to be the first one. And then I will show you the second one. The second one here, now this is a collection of items that some of them are in Spanish and some are in English. We've got some different, I love word cross books and books like that, like word searches. And so I got a cute little game from Nick Jr., a couple books, a couple coloring books, and some word searches also. So let's go ahead and Leah, I will stop share. Uh-oh, you didn't see that third one.
Marie.
Could you please include my name on the wheel?
It is.
We included every name of people who were here from 10 to 11 a.m. during the session. We had to put names on while everybody was at the breakout session. So if you put your name into that little link that we did earlier, it will be there. So I'm sorry if it feels like it's not. It should. We try our best to make sure that we got it. Okay, so Leia.
I was late. I was late. I came
I'm
at
so sorry.
10:30.
Oh, if you did it 10:30, then you should be on, because we asked everybody to fill out a certain link, and we kept doing it up until the minute it was 11. So if you filled out the link, you are on. So Leah, let's go ahead and let's spin the wheel.
Here we go.
Donna Dotson. Is Donna here today?
Come on there.
Thank you so much to everybody who's watching the chat. I really appreciate it, and watching participants.
I didn't realize I was muted, but she's not showing in the participant list.
So Donna's not there. Okay, then we're going to need to go to another winner.
Here we go.
Elizabeth Sarpay. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name correct. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Are you here right now?
Yes, thank you so much. It's Sarpy.
Sarpy. Excellent. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I hope everybody is loving seeing Maria's babies that she has up there right now. Because as early, look at all her preschool children.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. It's so great to see you today.
They're all excited.
Well, they're with all kid people. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, if you're going to come to any meeting, this is the one to be at.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead with the next one, right?
Which prize is this now, Renee? Are we?
Megan, can you confirm? I believe it's the second of those two
Spanish.
Okay,
Spanish one.
Okay, so this one's got some books in Spanish. It's got a cute Nickelodeon game and some cute like highlighters. And I tried to make it, some really nice little envelopes you put your papers and stuff in. So let's go ahead and see who gets this one. Yao? Is that Yao?
Yes.
Excellent. Congratulations. I get such joy out of this. You guys, everybody on here has no idea how much time it takes for me to I come up with lists and I come up with themes, and then I'm like, I need to go to the store and get more stuff. I mean, I went yesterday and spent another $45. I keep going over budget, but I'm like, they gotta be good. They gotta be good. So we want them to be useful. So, okay, now check out this next one. I think people are gonna like this. Okay, this one has a teacher plan book. It's got a Lakeshore bingo game. It's got all sorts of cute things for your classroom, like embellishments. I found these button stickers. These I actually found at the Dollar Tree. I've never seen those before, but as an early care person, I was going crazy because I love buttons. There's also some like awards and acknowledgments in there and some positive stickers. Anyways, that's our first one here, and then I will show the next one as well. So the first one is going to be a picture word bingo game and all the things that go along with it. And then the next one is another growth mindset social emotional wellness pack. And this is the idea that there's stuff for your students to do in here, but there's also stuff for you. At this point of the semester, at this point of the year, people are exhausted. And so we want to promote your mental health and well-being by giving you some goodies that will help. So adult coloring books, some construction paper, a child's journal that's related to the growth mindset. If these growth mindset journals interest you, please go get one. They are really, really cool inside content-wise. And I think they were under $5 each, and they were a really good price at Lakeshore. So let's go ahead and go for those two next. I love what Carmen just put in the chat. Even if I do not win, it is so exciting to see people win. Carmen, I am there with you. I know I'm not winning today, and I'm going to leave here filled with joy for the other wins that other people got.
Okay.
Carmen Olafson. Carmen, are you here right now?
Yes.
Yes. Yay, Carmen. Oh, excellent, Carmen. Carmen's been at all sorts of things all week. Carmen's been showing up all week. Carmen, Awesome. Totally. I'm so happy you won.
And here comes the next one.
Social emotional health and well-being. This is going to be a good one. Let's see who's going to get it today. Marielsi? I hope I'm saying that right. Marielsi?
Marielsi.
Marielsi Centeno?
Yes, that's correct.
Yay! Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Congrats.
Okay, let's go back to some more goodies. I just showed this one, so how about this one? Multiplication bingo. I love the Lakeshore bingo games. They are so worth it. If you want to get the best bang for the buck in a classroom, these bingo games that they have, you end up having 36 cards. I think they're about $12, $13 a game. And I will tell you, when I taught, I had every single one that, also it's a great grant. I had every single one they offered, and then I was able to give them to other teachers. So this here is an emphasis on math. I also went and purchased something called Rock and Learn Multiplication Rap. Rock and Learn is a company that makes songs related to math like that. The kids get it. Instead of learning your multiplication by just memorizing, you're singing it. And when you sing it, you learn it. And so in addition to that, there's some other cute things for the classroom. There's a lesson plan book, some behavior charts and stickers. I also love those multiplication fact wheels. Those are a lot of fun. So this is a multiplication one here. And then let me go to the next. The next one here is a 50 states of the US. And so I bought it's a big Melissa and Doug floor puzzle. And then we've got USA Bingo. We've got some puns that you can put up in the classroom. I figured this one might be if you're working with maybe 5th, 6th, a little bit older students. And so we wanted to make sure we had a variety here. So let's go ahead now to these two.
Here we go. Oops.
Uh-oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Here we go. One more time. I'm so excited.
Yay!
We're so excited to win. We thought we had lost.
You have shown up also all week. I have been so proud of you. You have asked all sorts of engaging questions, and you are somebody to watch.
Yes.
You have made an impact in 5 days. So I want to, and look at your son. Did you
say Nathaniel won?
Yay!
Nathaniel. You won. You see, I told you we were going to have luck.
Nathaniel, we were waiting for you.
You see? They were waiting for you. Say thank you.
No? Okay.
It's okay. It's a lot. We understand.
Thank you.
So glad that you won.
Yay! We got a bingo.
Congratulations. Here we go. The next one.
That would be me.
Is it Delilah?
It's Delia.
Delia. Congratulations, Delia.
Thank you.
Excellent.
What was it that I had to email or I had to message again?
Megan Kaplinsky and Aliyah Medrano.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. Let me share screen and put this.
Megan, can you put your email address in the chat for them?
Okay, we have just a few more, but we still have a couple more. So this is meant to be a literacy kind of activity set. So you've got your lesson plan book, you've got a cute little set of I love reading, there's stickers, there's some Dr. Seuss things. On the bottom left-hand corner, there's a specific game called Roll a Story. It is fantastic, especially for second language learners. And so I wanted to make sure we have it. Another thing too as well, you're gonna see this little red phone, okay? The little red phones are one of the best things ever that you can have students practice their reading in, because instead of reading in front of a whole room where you have to amplify your voice, you read into this little plastic phone and it amplifies your voice into the person's ear. And so for our second language learners to hear themselves be able to read, in the cacophony of a classroom is really important. Another quick tip too, those little red phones, if you don't have money to buy the phones, because they're probably like $6 each, so to buy 30 of them is a lot, you can use PVC pipe, which is the white pipe that you use on your piping. And for less than $1 each, you can make the same exact thing. So that's one of our items here is this literacy pack. And then the next one is really cute. It's got a lesson plan book. It's got some addition facts. I want to point out on the right-hand top side, okay? These are kid magnets that are they're white, write and wipe. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Normally, they would have been out of our budget. And I went to Lakeshore last week and they had 5 items that were 50% off, and these were one of the items.
Wow.
So that one kid magnet itself, I think if I remember correctly, is valued at $30. And so you look at all of this, it ends up being almost $50 worth of what's in this item here. So a really good one. Let's go and see who's going to win. We have 2 of them now. So the literacy and then the other one with the kid magnets.
I know that one.
Is it Neftali? Am I saying it right, Leah?
Yes.
Excellent. Neftali, are you here right now? I hope so. Do we have our watchers?
I don't think she's here.
You don't think so, Jeremy? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So everybody that's on has their name on here, and
okay.
Here we go.
There.
Okay.
Where's Yvonne?
Yvonne! Is Yvonne on right now? Yeah?
Her name shows up.
Her name's
here.
showing up?
She shows up here.
Hello, I'm on here. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, we hear you.
Hi.
You're a winner today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Please send your contact information to Megan Kaplinsky in the chat. Okay? And make sure you include your address.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
And here's the next one.
We have a double winner! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You have no idea how much I love probability, and Jeremy, you just beat probability right there.
Renee?
Yes.
I don't think Jeremy's on anymore.
What are you talking about? He's there right there. Are you?
Oh, he is? Oh, okay. I thought he left. He went out before and he came back in. So
Oh, Bobby, I'm cracking up because Jeremy's like on my screen and he's on right
I see him.
now. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's right there.
Well, Jeremy I guess he got booted
first.
out of the meeting a little while ago, and I had to readmit him. So I wasn't sure if he was back in. Sorry, Jeremy.
Renee, when you say double winner, he also won the survey one?
He won one of the survey items as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Are we going to the next prize?
We can go to the next one. We do have a question in the chat from Mike. Mike, I know for sure that you're on the survey one. I know for sure because I saw your name on there. And so you should be on this wheel if you gave us your name between 10 and 11 this morning at the beginning of this session, because we had to put it on the wheel before we went to breakouts. So and I know it's hard to see sometimes because sometimes it looks like you can see everybody and really you often can't. So okay, let me go ahead and let me share screen. Thanks everybody for your patience. I always appreciate that. Technology takes a minute sometimes. So, and also remember everybody, if you have not done your conference survey yet, please do it today. We've got 3 more different opportunity drawings happening next week that are related to the conference survey. So this is not the end of the prize of the giveaways, not at all. So this next one, I love.
Oh, yeah.
People colors. When I was a teacher, I had people colors in my classroom all the time. And so this is also another one of those, the tweezer tongs is another one of those Lakeshore items that normally is too expensive. And it was one of the 5 half-price things last week. And so I grabbed it. It's really good for fine motor skills. Honestly, it says ages 3+. Guess what? You can do color sorting and using the tweezers and tongs at every age. If a child does not, or if a person doesn't need it for the mathematical concepts behind it, please realize that there is huge value in the quiet time and the relaxation that comes from sorting and organizing. If you have a student who's stressed out, you give them something like that to sort and organize, and you're going to see them get a lot less stressed. Okay, so that's the first one. And then our second one here is a second flannel board storytelling set, where this one's got the flannel board, it's got the Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, it's got the gingerbread man, some Play-Doh, some washable ink, and then it's got a whole pack of kinetic sand with dinosaurs that you can play with. So hopefully people will enjoy this. Let's go ahead and, Leah, you can take it over.
Let's admit Mike Flip. Okay, here we go. There's the next one.
Carla Navarro, yay! Is Carla here right now?
Yeah, here.
Yay! Congratulations, Carla.
Thank you.
Contact Megan. Here's the next one.
Got another one coming. Angela Serrano. Is Angela here right now?
No, she's not here.
She's not here. Uh-oh.
All right.
Leanna, I am so like you. And then it's like the person next to you, you're like, come on, roulette, let's keep going.
Is this one for the RM teacher supplies, slide 18?
No, this one is for the felt stories because the person wasn't there.
I know this one.
Cheryl Johnson. Is Cheryl on right now?
I saw her earlier.
Hi.
Hey, Cheryl, you won some felt stuff.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It'll be useful in the classroom setting, always.
So Renee, did Jeremy Ramos, he was on, so he got the second prize. Then we have Yvonne getting tweezer tongs and Carla getting flannel board. So now Cheryl gets the teacher supplies, slide 18.
Wait, I'm sorry.
No, someone wasn't on.
Sorry, I need you to go a little slower because I didn't catch you on that.
You're saying this is for slide 11. I thought Carla got slide 11. Was Carla Navarro not here? Because she's replying to me.
Okay, wait, can somebody help me with this right now? Because I don't remember who it was that was just not.
Jeremy was the double winner, correct?
Okay, so we had the double win. We had the double winner for slide 15. I'm doing a backup with you, Megan. And then for slide 16 was Carla Navarro. And then slide 17 was right now Cheryl Johnson.
But I thought Yvonne was on.
Yvonne was number
16.
14, the Dr. Seuss.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, we're good? Thank you, everybody. Aaliyah, thank you so much for jumping in there too. Yeah. I'm like, I have no idea because I can't write it down as I'm shouting it out. I wish I was that talented to do it all, but I cannot. Okay, now these next 2 items are our last 2 for the day. Okay, but like I said, we have 3 more that are coming next week. So if you haven't done your survey, please do it. If you have done your survey, you are up for 3 more additional opportunity drawings. These next 2 were donated by me. I have a company called Renee Marshall Education, and it's a consulting company. And so I also made some items for the drawing today. So with that, let me show you. And they're teacher items because that's what I love, of course. So, and I'm also, I think everybody's going to laugh because this is something I do, I think every conference. I love scratch and sniff stickers, and they're like $4 a container. And so, or $4 a pack. So I always try to get scratch and sniff stickers because I love them so much. I used to every once in a while even surprise my college students by putting a sticker on some of their papers. I don't know why we stopped that. I don't know why we stop it. So I just did. There's some Play-Doh, there's some clay, there's something called a Gertie ball, which is really, really good. It's a very good tactile ball for younger children, safe for all ages. There's also a really cute clip pad folio there. When you open it up, there's like a cute little teacher pad of paper and stuff. A great book. If you don't know Dave Pilkey and Dogman, you want to check it out. And some pencils and googly eyes because I love googly eyes. I'm not sure. I love googly eyes and smelly stickers. So that is one. And then we have got this one right here, which is similar, has some of the same items, but then it's got the 7 habits of not highly effective, the 7 habits of happy children. And it's a series of books based on the 7 habits of highly effective people. So it's from the Covey Group. Really good, and hope everybody enjoys it. Also, I see in the chat that Martha Lara just put, I need present for the survey price. So I'm not sure what that means. Could somebody please follow up with Martha?
Okay, Renee, we're ready?
Yes, and these are our last 2 giveaways for today for the opportunity drawing, but let's do it. I'm excited. Cassandra Roman, or Roman. Is Cassandra here right now?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Here. And for the last one.
Okay, quick question. Someone said, I don't see my name. Once you win, your name gets pulled off. So if you don't see your name, that's normal on that one.
Carmen!
Carmen! Is Carmen here right now?
She won.
She's a double winner.
She already won
on the
She might
picture.
be
already
won.
won.
That's me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Double winner again.
now here's the tricky thing. Now Carmen didn't win the other one from this morning, right? So this was...
She won the picture bingo slide 10.
Okay, Carmen, the thing that's tricky is within this part of the raffle, we only have single winners. Jeremy won double because he won this morning for the survey. So this is
Her
a little...
name must have been on there twice.
Yes, I'm sorry about that, Carmen. So
It's okay.
is it okay then if we respin for this one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Carmen. I really appreciate your positivity and willingness to work with us in something that's a little tricky. So thank you.
That's weird because it usually removes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's technology. I mean, it's just, we expect it to be fully automatic all the time, and it's just a reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Here we go.
Drum roll. Lucy, is Lucy on right now?
Yes. Thank you.
Lucy is, yay! And Lucy has also been somebody who's been to so many sessions this week. I shouldn't be calling out certain people, but I've just seen certain people over and over and over and just appreciate it. So thank you so much, Lucy. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
So unexpected. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Now, I think that's the last of those, correct?
Yes.
Okay, if we could unshare. Uh-oh, I accidentally shared mine. Well, I don't like the end. I hope everybody's had a great week. We've really tried to make this worthwhile for you, but we're also here. It's not the end. We've created a brand new education community this week of all of us coming together. We invite you to continue your professional journey with us. We invite you to reach out to me or Leah, Bobby, Megan, any of the faculty or support staff that have been around this week. We are here for you. Everyone who's on right now has probably seen my email more times than you want to in your lifetime, but here's the thing. I'm a resource. We're all resources. And we are here because we love LA, we love to teach, and we hope that you decide to teach for LA. So thank you so much, everybody, for a wonderful, wonderful conference. I will send you that information about that upcoming event on Monday from 4:30 to 6. Join us if you can. Everyone have a fantastic weekend, and thank you so much for being involved in Teach for LA. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Renee.
Bye. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you send me the link for on Monday to join you guys?
I will be sending that out. I had a little glitch with my email today where it would not allow me to email you. It told me that I sent too many emails in the last 24 hours. So Ala, if for some reason it doesn't let me email you today, I will. The moment my email unlocks, I will send it to everybody. Okay. So it's a great thing on Monday afternoon. If you can join us, it will be worthwhile.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and what about the survey? I have to do it because I didn't do it.
You know what? Let me go ahead and I'll put it in the chat. Just give me a minute to find the link and I'll put it in the chat. And then once you can do it, it would be really helpful. Plus it'll put you into the next opportunity drives.
Okay, thank you.
Can you also put the email of who we have to send our address to? Oh, I got it, but only for the people that didn't get it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Megan and Aaliyah, do you mind putting your emails in right now? And I will pull the survey link, please.
I just pasted the survey link in there.
Oh, great. Thanks, Bobby. And then
Megan's got her email.
I'm going to go ahead and stop us recording, but thanks so much for being.
I was about to say, I'm going to stop the recording now.